The following is a paid presentation for SnoreFIX, brought to you by SnoreFIX Incorporated.
Are you kept awake at night by someone who snores? Or do you snore? Well, if so, what you're about to see could change your life.
He was very loud. Our house isn't extremely big, but if I can hear him over the TV, I think that there's a little bit of a problem there.
She's waking me up in the middle of the night, you're snoring again, you're snoring again. I go, I'm not snoring. But of course, I don't know that because I'm sleeping.
Snoring seems insignificant when you talk about it, but it isn't an insignificant thing when it's happening to you. It's very frustrating.
Stop the snoring with a revolutionary product called SnoreFIX. Want to find out more? Well, keep watching.
With SnoreFIX, we had great results right off the bat.
That first night, it completely got rid of the snoring.
We were amazed that it did what it did.
SnoreFIX is a miracle. It really is.
The man behind this medical breakthrough is Dr. Glenn Weissman. He's a board-certified physician and a nationally recognized expert in the field of snoring and sleep-related disorders. He's appeared on more than 24 television shows, including The View with Barbara Walters. But right now, it's time to meet the man behind this miracle, Dr. Glenn Weissman. Welcome.
Thank you, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Well, let's get right to it. What exactly is SnoreFIX?
Sarah, SnoreFIX, simply put, is a scientifically formulated throat spray that contains natural ingredients called the VO formula. It's vitamins, essential oils, and herbal extracts, and you spray it in the back of your throat. And when you do so, my patients report a lessening or reduction of their snoring.
That is amazing. That's a major breakthrough, isn't it?
It is, and we tend to think of it like eyeglasses were when they were developed for people with visual problems. It truly meant the difference between a poor quality of life and a good quality of life.
Well, I can attest to that firsthand. As you know, Dr. Weissman, my husband is a world-class snorer. So for 17 years, I've been sleeping alongside snoring.
Then I don't have to tell you that snoring really affects two people, the person that's snoring and their bedmate. And worst of all, it can be more than just an annoyance. Actually, it has led to some very serious health problems.
Well, that's the part I didn't know.
Yes, snoring can actually disrupt the sleep cycle of you and the snoring person. And by doing so, it leads to a whole host of symptoms and problems such as irritability, inability to concentrate, memory loss, decreased alertness and concentration. And these problems are just a few. And that's why it's important, if someone sleeps alone even, they need to pay attention to a snoring problem because that's going to cause a disruption in their sleep cycle, which is detrimental to their overall well-being. And studies have shown that there are a whole host of medical problems such as blood pressure problems, heart disease, and even stroke if these problems aren't addressed.
Now, before you developed SnoreFIX, what could a person do to stop snoring?
Well, as a board-certified specialist for 20 years, I was in a position where I did surgery and recommend assisted devices for individuals with very severe problems. And the surgical side of things were very difficult. There was a disability, there was pain, and you couldn't guarantee the results would work. Assisted breathing devices would be a system something like this, which would literally drive oxygen into the individual's nose, lungs, and throat to help lessen a snoring or sleep apnea problem. Sleep apnea is a condition where you stop breathing at night. This is the reason that patients would come to see me, and there was always a reluctance to go through such invasive procedures. Nevertheless, it's necessary in some cases, but this was the reason why I developed the SnoreFIX solution.
I know that is not a romantic-looking device, but I'm sure, Dr. Weissman, there's a lot of people thinking to themselves, come on, a throat spray, how can that stop snoring? It just seems too good to be true.
True, but what's important is to understand why we snore in the first place, and then you can understand how effective SnoreFIX really is.
Good, let's talk about that.
Sure, when we sleep, the muscles and tissues in the back of the throat relax. And as air flows in and out, it literally causes the tissue to flap. It's flapping in the wind, so to speak. It's this flapping in the wind that is the snoring noise we commonly associate.
And so how does SnoreFIX help stop snoring?
Well, SnoreFIX contains an exclusive blend of scientifically formulated ingredients. We call it the VO formula, and it's vitamins, essential oils, and herbal extracts. And what it does is it works at multiple levels to lubricate the throat and to improve the texture of the throat, which then lessens the snoring noise.
And this is an exclusive patent-pending formula that only SnoreFIX has, right?
Well, that's right. I've worked years to develop just the exact formula to effectively stop snoring.
Wow, and I understand SnoreFIX contains liposomes. Now, I'm familiar with liposomes because of the skincare products, but how do they work in SnoreFIX?
Well, liposomes are actually state-of-the-art as far as our formulation. They're microspheres that contain active ingredients. And when the spray is applied to the back of the throat, the liposomes help to obtain rapid absorption of the agents. And by doing so, the active ingredients bind and create the effect that SnoreFIX is allowed to accomplish.
And this unique spray nozzle, I love that, is another reason that SnoreFIX is so effective, right?
That's right. We've looked at spray nozzles and we've noticed a lot of different spray nozzles would coat teeth, tongue, and areas that you're really not interested in. SnoreFIX has a very unique delivery system that targets the solution to the back of the throat.
And because it contains all natural ingredients, it has no known side effects.
That's right. In clinical studies that we've done, we've repeatedly asked patients, are there any negative side effects or unexpected results? And people and patients tell us time and time again it's a very safe and effective spray without side effects.
I was really pleasantly surprised that it actually works. And it's natural, it's not a prescription, and those are the things that I really liked about it.
This is one of the best products because it's natural, it's safe, it's not having my husband go through any sort of a procedure like a surgery or something. You're not asking him to do anything that's invasive or painful, and it's just a wonder.
As you know, Dr. Weissman, a few days ago, I got my husband to try SnoreFIX.
And how did it work for him?
I could not believe it. I laid there and I listened, and it was, less, gone. I mean that, gone. I could not believe it. In fact, I was going, is he still breathing? He was still breathing, but he was not snoring. Yeah. Yes!
We hear this all the time, and it really makes me feel good as a board-certified specialist to have developed a product that's so effective.
If you snore, or you're like me and you sleep with someone who snores, here's your opportunity to do something to improve the quality of your life. And trust me, you don't have to suffer with snoring another night. You can have the quiet, restful sleep you deserve.
SnoreFIX has been my saving grace. Absolutely. I recommend it to everybody.
I was amazed. I found out in the morning, gosh, you slept through the whole night. And it was a wonderful experience. It was amazing.
It works, all right, and that is the bottom line.
There's no reason not to use SnoreFIX when the solution is so simple.
Does snoring keep you up at night? Do you lose sleep or wake up tired because of snoring? Wish you could just turn it off? Imagine waking up rested, refreshed, and ready to tackle your day. Well, now you can, thanks to a medical breakthrough called SnoreFIX. It's a revolutionary, all-natural, safe spray that can eliminate or reduce your snoring without surgery the very first night you use it, guaranteed. Developed by a physician with more than 20 years of experience in sleep disorders, SnoreFIX comes with years of research behind it. A few quick sprays of SnoreFIX onto your throat, and the fresh-tasting, patent-pending formula begins its dual-action fight against snoring. SnoreFIX works to lubricate and improve the texture of the throat. The result? Nearly instant elimination or reduction of your snoring the very first time you use SnoreFIX.
With SnoreFIX, we had great results right off the bat.
That first night, it completely got rid of the snoring.
We were amazed that it did what it did.
SnoreFIX is a godsend for me because I can sleep at night.
Hello, I'm Dr. Glenn Weissman. The majority of problem snorers can significantly reduce their snoring tonight with the use of this safe and natural throat spray I developed called SnoreFIX. Beware of imitators and false claims to completely stop all snoring. Even surgical procedures cannot guarantee that. But SnoreFIX can help you enjoy a quiet night's sleep. I guarantee it'll work for you or your money back.
A quiet night's rest is just a phone call away. Order your SnoreFIX Home and Travel Duo, which includes the double-size SnoreFIX, plus the travel-size spray bottle, all for only $49.95. But wait, there's more. Be one of the first 500 callers and receive this specially designed SnoreFIX pillow. Made of top-quality, silky, soft polyester fiber, not foam or latex, the SnoreFIX pillow is antimicrobial and hypoallergenic. A $40 value. It's our gift to you, but you must call now. Remember, SnoreFIX works the very first night you use it. We guarantee it, or your money back. Take advantage of this amazing offer. The Home and Travel SnoreFIX Duo and a top quality SnoreFIX pillow. An $80 value, all yours for only $49.95. You don't have to suffer from the effects of snoring anymore. Get the vital sleep your body needs. Call and order your SnoreFIX now.
Welcome back. I'm Sarah Purcell, and I'm here with board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist Dr. Glenn Weissman, and we're talking about the snoring breakthrough he developed called SnoreFIX. Now, doctor, when you think about snoring, most people find it funny, but snoring really isn't a laughing matter, is it?
More than being funny and more than just an embarrassment, it's a nuisance that can lead to some serious health problems for both the snorer and their partner.
Well, I'm so grateful that you developed SnoreFIX, I can't tell you. I know from personal experience that it works, and as far as I'm concerned, you're a genius.
Well, thank you. It's really the results of 20 years of studying the causes of snoring, and from there, my research began, and I analyzed what it would take to really eliminate and lessen snoring, and that's how SnoreFIX came about.
Well, let's remind people what causes snoring in the first place.
Sure, mainly is as we sleep, the tissues and back of the throat relax, and as air flows in and out, it causes these tissues to flap. And it's that flapping noise that we commonly refer to as snoring.
And when you spray SnoreFIX in the back of your throat, it helps stop snoring in 2 ways, right?
That's right. First, it lubricates the tissues in the throat so they can move and slide over each other easily. Second, it improves the texture of the throat, and it's these actions that are combined together to help lessen the snoring.
Well, as a wife that now gets a peaceful night's sleep thanks to you, since my husband started using the product, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Meeting Dr. Weissman was a real treat for me because he's the one person that has come into our lives, basically, and made a big change and allowed a closeness to return to a relationship.
It really has made a remarkable change in our ability to sleep and our relationship.
SnoreFIX is a godsend for me because I can sleep at night with her.
Sleep became more important than sleeping together, just getting a good night's sleep. I go to bed first and everything's nice and cozy and I'm resting very well, and then he would come to bed, and that would be just a little bit disruptive because he comes a little bit later than me. And then he'd be honking away and I'd turn over and he, sure enough, would be flat on his back. So I'd go, honey, you're honking again, and turn over. It was a problem because it kept me awake. And bonking him and turning him over didn't work.
It was a problem for me because I kept getting punched.
Snoring can have a negative impact on a relationship. So joining us now to talk about just that, here are Jim and Leslie Kaner, and here to talk with them about it is relationship expert and psychiatrist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Tell me, what are the things that you're seeing?
Well, frequently when couples have this problem where one of them snores, they both feel powerless. The person who's the bedmate is obviously powerless to make the person stop snoring, and the person who's snoring can't stop either. And when people feel powerless, they feel frustrated and angry, and they blame the other person. The bedmate blames the man for, or whoever the snorer is, for snoring, and the snorer feels very angry too and blames the woman for not accepting him with his snores, not loving him unconditionally. Is that something that you experienced?
It gets to the point where sleeping is more important than sleeping together. You just want to get a good night's rest. I've got 3 kids, I've got a snore, and I just wanted to be able to get up the next morning. And so I think slowly it chips away at your intimacy and just being together, and you put that on a back shelf, and it creates some distance.
I think it reached a low point when, talking with friends, our children would refer to the guest room as Daddy's room.
Mm-hmm. And Mommy's room, and they separated them out, and we'd sort of have to cover, oh yeah, just once in a while he sleeps in there. We didn't really want to admit that he was in there more than he should be.
My mother put up with it with my dad for years, I guess. I mean, I never heard of any.
That's one of the big myths is today a lot of people and couples feel we just have to tolerate it, that there is no solution or that the remedy is too painful to go through a surgical procedure. But in fact, SnoreFIX offers a very easy solution, and it's effective. How did SnoreFIX work when you tried it?
Well, I was pretty amazed that something that simple could have that much impact, because when you think about snoring and there's nothing you can do about it, and I'm kicking him out of the room, you know, a couple little drops, yeah, right, that's going to help. But I was really amazed. It was like a couple nights, and it was much, much better.
Well, Leslie, you and I only had to listen to one man snoring, but what if you had to listen to a whole room full of them?
When someone comes from another station, first thing when you make your bed, you ask, are you a snorer? And if they hesitate, you know they're a snorer, so it's like, you're sleeping over there, or you sleep the farthest bed over.
Or sometimes the guys will literally just get up, walk over to the guy, and either shake their foot, kick them, shake their bed, hit the wall behind them, make some kind of noise enough to actually get them to quiet down.
You get up in the morning and people are complaining about not getting sleep, and you know you're the cause for not getting any sleep.
Well, they told me it's been so bad they could hear me through the walls, and I thought that was pretty terrible. Again, it didn't bother me at all. But there have been some occasions where I have awakened myself. And since the SnoreFIX, I don't have that problem.
We should make that what we call a locker item, which means it's something that we purchase regularly, like a condiment, like a mayonnaise or mustard, coffee, and SnoreFIX.
Because everybody will benefit from that. You know, even if you're not the snorer, you benefit from the sleeping, and the snorer benefits from having a good night's sleep and not having that on his conscience, keeping somebody else awake.
You may think that your snoring or your partner's snoring is just something you have to suffer with, but you don't. Take it from me, this product can truly change your life. Finally, you and your partner can get the deep, restful sleep you deserve.
I'm having a much better night's sleep, my husband is getting a better night's sleep, and we're all a happy, snoreless family.
Night and day, no snoring, peaceful night.
Snoring is such a chronic problem for me. I didn't think that SnoreFIX, after a couple of nights, would really do the trick, but it's so easy to use, and it works.
Does snoring keep you up at night? Do you lose sleep or wake up tired because of snoring? Wish you could just turn it off? Imagine waking up rested, refreshed, and ready to tackle your day. Well, now you can, thanks to a medical breakthrough called SnoreFIX. It's a revolutionary, all-natural, safe spray that can eliminate or reduce your snoring without surgery the very first night you use it, guaranteed. Developed by a physician with more than 20 years of experience in sleep disorders, SnoreFIX comes with years of research behind it. A few quick sprays of SnoreFIX onto your throat, and the fresh-tasting, patent-pending formula begins its dual-action fight against snoring. SnoreFIX works to lubricate and improve the texture of the throat. The result? Nearly instant elimination or reduction of your snoring the very first time you use SnoreFIX.
With SnoreFIX, we had great results right off the bat.
That first night, it completely got rid of the snoring.
We were amazed that it did what it did.
SnoreFIX is a godsend for me because I can sleep at night.
Hello, I'm Dr. Glenn Weissman. The majority of problem snorers can significantly reduce their snoring tonight with the use of this safe and natural throat spray I developed called SnoreFIX. Beware of imitators and false claims to completely stop all snoring. Even surgical procedures cannot guarantee that. But SnoreFIX can help you enjoy a quiet night's sleep. I guarantee it'll work for you or your money back.
A quiet night's rest is just a phone call away. Order your SnoreFIX Home and Travel Duo, which includes the double-size SnoreFIX, plus the travel-size spray bottle, all for only $49.95. But wait, there's more. Be one of the first 500 callers and receive this specially designed SnoreFIX pillow. Made of top-quality, silky, soft polyester fiber, not foam or latex, the SnoreFIX pillow is antimicrobial and hypoallergenic. A $40 value, it's our gift to you, but you must call now. Remember, SnoreFIX works the very first night you use it. We guarantee it, or your money back. Take advantage of this amazing offer. The Home and Travel SnoreFIX Duo and a top-quality SnoreFIX pillow. An $80 value, all yours for only $49.95. You don't have to suffer from the effects of snoring anymore. Get the vital sleep your body needs. Call and order your SnoreFIX now.
Hi, Hi, for those of you just joining us, I'm Sarah Purcell here with Dr. Glenn Weissman. He's the board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist behind SnoreFIX, the remarkable breakthrough that can help stop your snoring. Dr. Weissman, after sleeping next to my husband, who snores, for, well, over 17 years now, I just thought there was nothing that could be done. But SnoreFIX actually worked. It was incredible.
Well, Sarah, thank you. You know, I've worked for 20 years as a board-certified specialist to help people with snoring problems. It's always nice to hear I'm able to help.
How big a problem is snoring for the country?
Oh, it's enormous. It's estimated 50 million people snore every night, which means double that amount are affected. And as big a problem as it is, people aren't getting the proper rest they deserve. And more importantly, a third of all snorers are females.
Really? I had no idea.
It surprises a lot of people. It does.
As I started waking myself up because of my snoring, then I knew it was a problem.
I feel foolish as a woman even admitting, now I'm on camera, you know, saying that I snore, but it's because I don't anymore thanks to SnoreFIX.
Now, because people usually don't hear their own snoring, I bet you get a lot of people buying SnoreFIX to help stop their husband or their wife snoring, right?
Oh, absolutely, and for good reason. It's important to identify when someone has a snoring problem. It can seriously disrupt your sleep cycle. And with that, your overall feeling of well-being can be affected.
So, whether you snore alone or with a partner, you really owe it to yourself to try SnoreFIX. It is such a simple thing that can really help make a huge difference in your life.
When I first heard about SnoreFIX, I was frankly very skeptical. As I've been through surgical procedures, I've done everything, and to think that you can take something and spray it in your throat and not snore, I didn't believe it possible, and I was reluctant to even try it. Fortunately, I did, and fortunately, we're both thrilled with the results, and it really works.
Yes, it does. It really does.
Right before you go to bed, 3 squirts in your mouth, and that's about it.
SnoreFIX is a godsend for me because I can sleep at night.
You've heard from people who say that SnoreFIX helps stop their snoring, but you want more proof? Well, how about this? For some people, snoring becomes such a problem that they end up looking for answers to why they snore at diagnostic sleep centers. It's probably the easiest medical test they've ever had. All they have to do is sleep.
When the patient initially arrives to sleep center, we prep them for the test. We attach approximately 30 electrodes to various parts of their body, which serves the purpose of monitoring different physiological functions.
You have all these wires hooked up to your head and to your, to your chest, and that was an experience. You feel like a robot.
Through testing done at the sleep center, Joseph discovered what his wife knew all along. He suffers from severe snoring. So what did he do? He tried SnoreFIX.
Before I had taken SnoreFIX, my marriage, there was a lot of problems within my marriage as far as us getting along, getting the proper rest that both of us needed. Since I've taken the SnoreFIX, the marriage is better. We're able to rest now. We're both able to wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. It's done wonders.
It's a rare opportunity that people get to hear advice from someone who is such a recognized leader in their field, as you are. What advice would you give to someone watching who's suffering with snoring, either their own or their partner's?
Sarah, my advice is just don't accept it. Don't think that snoring is something you have to learn to live with. There have been so many advances in the science of snore relief that today something as easy to use as a throat spray may be all that you need to simply stop your snoring. There is simply no reason to live with the problem when the solution can be so easy.
It's a very easy procedure. You just squirt it in your mouth and that's it.
It's easy, it's affordable, and the results are fantastic.
I would tell anybody out there, especially for my husband who has been through so much through his snoring, that this is an absolute miracle.
I don't want to go back to not having SnoreFIX. It's made my life so much easier, so much more flattering.
Going away to a hotel and spending the night in one bed together with a little spritz in your throat before you go to sleep makes for a wonderful romantic getaway weekend that we have been unable to enjoy in many, many years.
Does snoring keep you up at night? Do you lose sleep or wake up tired because of snoring? Wish you could just turn it off? Imagine waking up rested, refreshed, and ready to tackle your day. Well, now you can, thanks to a medical breakthrough called SnoreFIX. It's a revolutionary, all-natural, safe spray that can eliminate or reduce your snoring without surgery the very first night you use it, guaranteed. Developed by a physician with more than 20 years of experience in sleep disorders, SnoreFIX comes with years of research behind it. A few quick sprays of SnoreFIX onto your throat, and the fresh-tasting, patent-pending formula begins its dual-action fight against snoring. SnoreFIX works to lubricate and improve the texture of the throat. The result? Nearly instant elimination or reduction of your snoring the very first time you use SnoreFIX.
With SnoreFIX, we had great results right off the bat.
That first night, it completely got rid of the snoring.
We were amazed that it did what it did.
SnoreFIX is a godsend for me because I can sleep at night.
Hello, I'm Dr. Glenn Weissman. The majority of problem snorers can significantly reduce their snoring tonight with the use of this safe and natural throat spray I developed called SnoreFIX. Beware of imitators and false claims to completely stop all snoring. Even surgical procedures cannot guarantee that. But SnoreFIX can help you enjoy a quiet night's sleep. I guarantee it'll work for you or your money back.
A quiet night's rest is just a phone call away. Order your SnoreFIX Home and Travel Duo, which includes the double-size SnoreFIX, plus the travel-size spray bottle, all for only $49.95. But wait, there's more. Be one of the first 500 callers and receive this specially designed SnoreFIX pillow. Made of top-quality, silky, soft polyester fiber, not foam or latex, the SnoreFIX pillow is antimicrobial and hypoallergenic. A $40 value, it's our gift to you, but you must call now. Remember, SnoreFIX works the very first night you use it. We guarantee it, or your money back. Take advantage of this amazing offer, the Home and Travel SnoreFIX Duo and a top-quality SnoreFIX pillow, an $80 value, all yours for only $49.95. You don't have to suffer from the effects of snoring anymore. Get the vital sleep your body needs. Call and order your SnoreFIX now.
SnoreFIX has been my saving grace. Absolutely. I recommend it to everybody.
Well, they told me it's been so bad they could hear me through the walls. And I thought that was pretty terrible. Again, it didn't bother me at all. But there have been some occasions where I have awakened myself. And since the SnoreFIX, I don't have that problem.
It works, all right, and that is the bottom line.
There's no reason not to use SnoreFIX when the solution is so simple.
Well, our show is just about over, and this is your last opportunity to call and order SnoreFIX for yourself or anyone you know who suffers from snoring. Don't put up with another night of sleeplessness or another day of fatigue. Remember, SnoreFIX is guaranteed to help stop the snoring or your money back. So what have you got to lose? Do yourself a favor. Write down the phone number, pick up the phone, and call now. For Dr. Weissman, I'm Sarah Purcell. Thanks for watching.
The proceeding has been a paid presentation for SnoreFIX, brought to you by SnoreFIX Incorporated.
This has been a production of Script to Screen, direct thinking for direct response.